Hello, this is Renee Marshall, and this is Audio Listening Magazine, and today we have a guest. Our guest is Knack. Knack, thanks so much for being on the show tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Nice to see you again.
Good to see you again. It's only been about 48 hours. How do we know each other, Knack?
We met each other skating.
And when I saw you skating, uh, you just 2 days ago, you commented on the importance of loosening trucks. That's something that I have not done, and you helped me loosen the trucks for the very first time so that my skates could have a little bit of a wobble so that my bubbles can be, I wouldn't have to fight my skates quite as hard, and I really thank you for it. I started skating when I was in California, didn't know what I was doing, skated solo. When I moved here to Atlanta, boom, a giant skating community. Would you like to talk about that?
Yeah, the skating community is awesome in Atlanta, just because it's such a diverse group of people, and it's a lot of positive vibes. Because I feel like, especially now in the time that we live in, it's just nice to have an escape, and I feel like it's just nice to be in a space where everyone's just there to skate. Like it's just nice to go somewhere and just know that when you meet up with your skate friends and community, like you're just there to skate. No hate, no conflict. Like we're just here to skate.
I absolutely have seen that with Peach Skate, and I'm so appreciative that I really don't have to have this anxiety because anyone who's there is truly there to be welcoming. And if some people know some skate skills, it's not a competition. It's more like you hear people going, "Woo! Get it!" And it's just so encouraging, so encouraging. Did you want to talk some more about like how you bring those positive vibes that you do?
Oh, I feel like it's just I feel like it's a cycle that you can't help takes place when you meet up with everyone. Like I don't know where it comes from really. I feel like we all seek to be positive and encouraging, and we want to see that in the world around us. So when we hang out with each other, it's just an endless flow. We're not sure how it starts. It's just a flow of like just being encouraging and just being supportive of each other, and just like you said, like that's a really good way to put it. Like I feel like there's no competition. You do you. You can socialize as little or as much as you want to, and it's just a nice, safe place to be.
I love how you put that you can socialize as much as you want to or as little as you want to. It really depends on my mood when I'm out there skating. Sometimes I just feel like, smiling and waving at people and sort of skating past because I'm just processing my day, my feelings about that day. Or sometimes I feel like just plopping down and sitting within 6 feet, of course, because it's pandemic time, 6 feet of another skater and just commenting about, their their awesome gear. Yeah, I that really appreciate that aspect. There really is so little pressure. Did you want to talk about how you got into skating here in Georgia? Did it start in Georgia or did it start somewhere else?
So I was actually an inline skater when I was a teenager, and me and my friends, that was what we did. It's like to go out because we were underage, we can't go anywhere. So that's us going out. Was we went to the rinks and everyone had roller skates, and my parents bought me inlines because they thought if I got roller skates, they know my personality, that I would be ambitious about it. But I was fine with my inline skates, and me and my friends were the lone inline kids at the roller skating rinks. And then as I grew up, I never really lost touch of just envying roller skaters because it just looked like so impossible to me. And then during the pandemic, I don't know. I actually don't remember. I think I don't even really remember, but somehow, one way or another, the algorithm made it so that I saw a video and it just, you know how it is when you're on the internet, you just go down a rabbit hole. You're not sure how it starts, but that your algorithm clicks with something, and you just go down the rabbit hole. And then like the next day I realized like I had followed like at least maybe 20 new skaters on Instagram, and I just kept watching it for a week, and then I realized, no, I really want to do this. I want to do it and see what happens. And I just did it, and I skated solo for a while, but I found peach skate, and that's when I feel like I really fell in love with the sport, because like I said, like everyone's so encouraging, and I feel like I unlock more tricks and am a better skater when I'm around other people because everyone's energy is so contagious.
Absolutely. That energy is so contagious. When I'm out there, I tell myself, oh, I'm only going to be here about 2 hours. And then, you know, you're there, or Verita, or Tiffany, or Corinne, or any of the other lovely people. And then close to 4 hours pass. And I don't even know where I get that energy. I think it's because, again, it's shared energy. And I don't feel tired until the next day, and I'm really, really sore. I am so sore, but I'm never unhappy that I went.
Yeah, I feel very much the same way. Like I was like I was telling excuse me, the crew last night that I had to start setting timers like in my brain. I was like, all right, at 3 hours we're gonna check to see how we're doing. But there, I had to start putting caps on my day because I feel like the community here is so active that there are days where last week where I just skated for 10 hours in 2 days because like there was just event after event after event. It's like my body is willing to skate, but but the repercussions are very real.
I remember you mentioned that you're participating in the 365 days of skate.
Hmm.
It's amazing when you mentioned that you fell down like a wonderful rabbit hole on Instagram, started following all these skaters. I was also uh, just intrigued by the hashtag 365 days of skating, as well as BIPOC
Oh
skater.
yeah. Mhm.
So that just opens like one door after another to find more and more like-minded people, which has been fantastic. When you're lost in the flow of skating, which is such a wonderful thing to just be enveloped in, do you also get lost in the flow of the art that you do?
Oh, you mean like my drawing and painting, or?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's very much the same. That's why I very much identify with it because it reminds, because 365 days of skate for me is very similar to the training I did when I'm drawing and painting. Because I'm self-taught by my mentor, Sammy and Tommy Castillo. And one of my favorite things that they both had me do was copy from front to back this 350 page anatomy book with
Oh,
just
wow.
people. And then I want to complete it before the end of the year because I had to take a break because everything was so overwhelming during the pandemic. I want to draw 3,000 skulls. Each one is about 60 seconds or 30 seconds each. Out of 3,000, I think I'm at 14,000, no, 1,495 skulls
That's
out of 3,000 skulls.
incredible.
Yeah. So I
That's
feel like 365 days to me, I was like, oh, this is very similar. It's fine. It's fun because like you do the exercises and then when you meet up with your friends and stuff, you can have fun and just kind of go with the flow. Just like when I draw and paint, I'm like, okay, well, I've done my anatomy homework, like AKA I've done my drills, and now we're just gonna have fun.
I love the analogy that you use, the drills and then the having fun part. Oops, I hit the mic. Oops. Would you like to talk more about your painting and your drawings? Because when I looked on your Instagram, which is NAKISKEWL, do you say it
Mhm.
as Knack is cool?
Yeah.
Knack is cool. I was looking at your Ruth Bader Ginsburg drawing.
I was like, yeah, I just really like drawing and painting. I don't ever really remember a time I didn't draw or paint. I think one of my first memories was actually watching Disney cartoons, and then someone told me, those are drawings that people did by hand, and they put them together, and the drawings move, and then it created this movie. And then I was like, what? That's amazing. And so I just started drawing Disney cartoons with my crayons, and I just never really stopped. And that's like it's just always been something that's been with me, and I feel like that's the reason why I'm so creative, because I don't know, it's just like you understand that flow of practicing and just loving what you do and creating really pretty things out of nothing.
Creating pretty things out of nothing. That phrase is going to just echo in my head. That's so poetic.
Thanks.
I am also I also do a little bit of art, but I rely really heavily on technology. So I don't actually draw or paint, but I storyboard using software, and with that software, I animate. And
Ooh.
so for a living, I do storyboarding mainly based on true stories that are 5 minutes or less. And I take those and I illustrate the story and they animate it and becomes a short video. But the joy of this also, that's kind of like my drills, what I do for work. And then for fun is when I take those little wooden dolls that I've been bringing with me to the skating rinks and skating events. I take those little wooden dolls, Lisa and Simone, and I change them into little storyboards and then ultimately GIFs and then video animation.
Adorable. Aww.
Um, I'm so very honored that you would take them in your hand and pose with them and talk about why you skate in that quote.
Yeah, it's like, oh, talk about that.
Yeah, if you'd like to.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah. I remember us talking about the many reasons why I skate. I thought it was really cute because I was like, oh, these remind me of the little dolls that you used to get, when you were a kid and someone would take them overseas for summer vacation. And then they talk about them. So I thought that was really sweet. So when you asked me, it was really easy to say yes because my class, I never got to be that kid. So I was like, I get to be the kid now. And I was like, I just really love adult recess because I feel like I wish that everyone had adult recess because I feel like I always joked about how I think the world would be a better place if there was like a worldwide or maybe just a nationwide like little dance break just for like 2 minutes, just like leave everything behind and be silly and just for 2 minutes just dance it out. And I just felt like that was so important to me in school, just like having that day where it's like you don't have to worry about anything, we're just going to go out and play. Like it feels very much like being a little kid when you hop on Facebook and go on to Peach Skate, the Facebook group, and being like, where are we skating today? Like, meet you at the blah 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 park at 6 p.m. And it's like so cute how community driven it is. It's like you just know so and so is going to bring the stereo and so is going to bring the lights. And if it's someone's birthday, like we'll bring like treats for everyone.
It's just so incredible. Just as you described, I would add that it's reclaiming recess. It's recess without any of the bullies. It's like, what? How did this happen? This is magical.
Oh, but I like it. In relating to that, when everything was going on, I don't know if you watch Avatar: The Last Airbender. Are you familiar
I
with that?
wish I knew more about it. Could you talk about it?
Yeah, so there's this really awesome quote in Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's this really awesome animated series, but me and my friends that I've known for a really long time, we all go to DragonCon together. We always talk in this text chat, and when everyone was really sad because um, Ruth just had died, and so everyone was concerned. And then one of my friends said, like, "Hey, I know we all watch Avatar, and I just want to let you guys know that love." She quoted Avatar, and it was like one of the best quotes in the series. It goes. I hope I get it right. I think it's something like pretty close to, "Love is always the brightest in the dark." So um, that to me reminds me a lot of the skate community. I feel like there's a lot of things happening right now where, it's really out of our control. And it's about having faith in everyone around us and just leaning on each other for support and getting through everything. And I felt like the skate community, that's what it reminds me of. Like in the time where we need it, all of us are coming together and giving us that safe space so all of us collectively can get about our day, and it's just so beautiful.
I absolutely agree that it's so beautiful. And that quote that from Avatar, love is brightest,
They're like, love is brightest in the dark.
love is brightest in the dark. That's a beautiful way to conclude. And I look forward to skating with you again soon, Knack.
Okay, I'll see you soon.